Leeds United have made a bid for midfielder Noah Sadiki, or have we? We're going to get into that in just a moment with conflicting reports about the midfielder. Also, Habib Diarra update as well, which I hope is true. And yeah, we're looking forward to this transfer talk today, people. Yesterday's edition, you can tell I wasn't into it. I'm into today because these are the kind of players that Leeds United need to be signing. And obviously, we spoke about Jaka Bijol yesterday. He is coming in the door in the next few days. And if you didn't see that stream, please go back and watch that one. I'll attach it in one of the corners. But who's next? Well, according to Sasha Tavalieri, and we did actually talk about this report yesterday, but I'll repeat it for this video's sake as well. Leeds United are the first to make a move for Noah Sadiki. The Peacocks have made contact to gauge the intentions of USG's management, with the initial offer starting at 10 million euros. Leon haven't forgot about Noah Sadiki either. But Joe Donahue today came out with this report to go against it. Leeds United have not lodged a bid for USG midfielder Noah Sadiki, despite reports of an 8.5 million approach, but he is on the list of club targets. Club working on a number of players simultaneously. Jaka Bijol arrival expected in the coming days. Sasha then did reply back with a laughing emoji and a okay, as if to like, haha, all right then, mate. But then, someone asked him, have Leeds made a bid? And he just simply replied, they have. Now, guys, what this is, it isn't that both guys are lying or anything else like that. It's the name of the game come transfers, where you're getting conflicted reports from both clubs, both the buying and selling. Now, from Sasha's side, USG, it's in their best interest to get it out there, with interest from Leon as well, that Leeds have made a bid. We're interested in him, and Leeds have made a bid. It's for their best interest to get it out there so that maybe Leon can counter that 8.5 million bid with something a bit higher. From the Leeds side, they'll want to keep everything kind of in-house as much as possible. But as I say, when the selling club leaks the information, you can't stop it. And from Joe Donahue's point of view, from the information he would have got, it would have been, yeah, he's on the list, but we haven't made a bid. Now, it's up to you who you decide to believe, but I think both people are correct. It's just a case of one side is giving information about one, and the other is trying to be a little bit more covert with their information, and that's fine. But I do think that the truth is somewhere in the middle, so it's up to you who you believe, but no one is necessarily lying, because I've been given information before by an agent, not my close agent mate, but another one, where it's like, even I was like, I don't believe this one, and that's why I've never like said it on a video. So it's so that's the game. It's a dirty game and everything else like that. But Noah Sadiki, and I mentioned yesterday that I hadn't really taken much notice of him because I was focused on the other two players that I get sent information for. But I had seen Noah Sadiki play, and he was in goals of Promise David and Ivanovic as well. So it wasn't a case that I just wasn't laser focused on Sadiki, but he is a very, very like tidy player with a lot of potential. 20 years old, born in Belgium, but Congolese international. And I can see why we're going for him. And it seems to be a very like similar profile of player what we keep trying to sign, or being rumored to sign by the more reputable people, in terms of box to box players with energy, but who can also create, defend well, who get up and down. It seems to be that, which is why when we keep on getting that Calvin Phillips link, it doesn't make any sense, because he's the exact opposite of everything. Even to the point, I can, in terms of box to box, I see why Sean Longstaff keeps on getting linked, even though he doesn't do anything with the ball. But yes, Noah Sadiki, I mean, look, 8.5 million pounds, 10 million euros would be an absolute snip for this guy. And it's one of these for me, and I'll get into Diarra in a minute, but these are the caliber of players that we're signing, that we have to sign. This is brilliant. And Sadiki as well. The one thing is, he can play at right back as well, which he's known to have done a few times. That's what I worry about, though, in the fact that if we do sign Sadiki, does that mean now we're just going to go with Bogle, and then if Bogle's not in form or is suspended or whatever, we go to Sadiki at right back? I would like the club to shore up with another right back, just to get everything in a row. That's the one thing that concerns me, but his versatility is obviously going to be a plus point. Just very good player. Obviously runs, box to box, press resistant as well. Can create in terms of creating goals as well. Very good passing range. Very intelligent on the ball. There's a lot of plus points for this, especially at that price point, which would be absolutely amazing, by the way, and go to another, bargain of a deal like with Bijol for under 20 million. So yeah, Sadiki, it does seem like he's going to be, one that we're looking for, but does that depend on the future of Diarra? So yeah, give me your thoughts on Sadiki. My bad on yesterday's video. I had seen him before. I just he just wasn't my primary focus. But when I watched the clips and highlights that got sent, yeah, he made sense. It made sense why a few clubs are looking at him. But in the case of Diarra, I mean, imagine if we got both Sadiki and Diarra. I mean, that would be amazing. But I would say as well with Diarra, if we could get him and Hamer, that would be nice. If we get Sadiki and Hamer, that would be fine. But I mean, if you get Diarra and Hamer, that would be I'd be happy with that midfield. You know, I mean, you adding that to Tanaka, Ampadu, that would be nice. Obviously, players will have to leave. You know, Gruev, I think, would have to be sold because he doesn't fit the mold of any of these players that we're going for. But the latest with Diarra, in what I'm getting to is, according to reports in France, a 17 million bit deal has been agreed. Now, I haven't seen anything from anyone like reputable to say that this is true. This is just reports from France in general saying that Diarra has agreed to move to Leeds United. I want it to be true, and I hope with everything it is true. But at this stage, we'll take that one with a pinch of salt because Diarra is going to have other options to consider as well. But if Leeds are aggressive and if Leeds have sold him the project, especially with Bijol on his way, then it's definitely a likelihood it could come. And as I mentioned in another video about keep hope alive, these are the kind of players that you go for in order to make sure that you've got the best opportunity to finish at least 17th. At least 17th. Because for me, signing Bijol, a Diarra, go back in for a Pashao, get in a Hamer. Hey, this is very good building blocks on what we've already got. Now, obviously, we need goalkeepers, we need other positions to be filled, and I think that will come. But yeah, I mean, signing a player like this, especially for the rumored amount of 17 million, is an absolute steal. And there's so much more to come from Diarra, so much more. Such a good player. And look, I just hope with everything that we get. I keep mentioning Hamer. There's been no, updated report about that. But if we get 2 of the 3 of those, I'd be very satisfied. Absolutely satisfied in terms of what that is for our first year back in the Premier League after 2 years out of the league. It would be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, we'll wait and see if there's any more news on Diarra because I do want this one to come true. I really do. He's absolutely tops in so many positions he can play. Man, he'd just be brilliant to get in. But yeah, we'll wait for another update with that. We'll see what's happening with Sadiki as well. Let me know out of the 2 which one you'd prefer, or would you want both? Be greedy, people, because someone's going to have to leave. You know what I mean? Someone of this midfield is going to have to leave. Gruev. But listen, speaking of leaving, Sam Greenwood is obviously being linked with various moves away. Yesterday, it was Leicester City that were registering an interest with Sam Greenwood, and the rumor is that we're looking for 4 million. I mean, if we get 4 million for Sam Greenwood, that is sensational business. Because for me, he's not worth 4 million at this stage of where he is in his development, but he could be. But also, it seems that Sunderland have thrown their names into the hat, which is very interesting. Obviously, he's from up those places, isn't he? He's from around there. So if he's to go back home, cool. Will we sell him to Sunderland? I don't see any issue with that. It's not like we're strengthening a relegation rival in a sense. He's surplus to requirements. He's not going to play a minute of football at this football club. So I guess it's just on the who's going to make the best deal. Where does Sam want to go? And negotiate that way. But yeah, it would be good to get one of these out. But again, this is Sam Greenwood. We're talking Mateo Joseph, Sam Greenwood. These are all, for me, players that you could consider already leaving. When are we going to hear about one of our main players that could be leaving going? Because someone is going to have to leave in order to generate funds. Someone, at least one, is going to have to leave. At least one. So it's going to be interesting to see when that comes along. But yeah, Sam Greenwood, wish him all the best wherever he goes, and we'll give an update when it comes. But yeah, very interesting one today. I always love a bit of in the know beef, you know what I mean? But it's not beef, but it's just conflicting reports. But yeah, give me your thoughts in the comments, people. Like the video before you go. Helps out the channel immensely for visibility and algorithm purposes. So even if you don't watch, like the video anyway. Big up to all members of the channel. Thank you for that support, and big up to all people that donate super thanks as well. John Abbott being the latest. See you in the next one, people. Peace out.